Hi, this is Grace Fitzpatrick here on behalf of Expert Village, and I'm going to talk to you about using sponges when you're doing the dishes by hand. Some people like to use brushes. I, on the other hand, prefer to use a sponge when I'm doing the dishes for a couple different reasons. First of all, I feel like you can really feel what you're doing and wash the dish a lot more efficiently when you're using a sponge. It's more hands-on as opposed to using a brush. It's kind of hard to tell how much food you're getting off. And if there's a particle of food that's a little bit harder to get off, you can't sort of change your force as much. Whereas with a sponge, you can really scrub and use some elbow grease. Now, there are a couple different kinds of sponges. There's the sponge with the sort of steel wool side. And then there's also a sponge that's smooth on both sides. I prefer the sponge with the steel wool on one side because then if you have something that's a little harder, you can turn it over, scrub pretty hard, and get that hard to dislodge piece of food and dislodge it pretty quickly. And then you can turn it over and wipe it nicely with the smooth side. Also, you can use the smooth side on countertops and any other surfaces that you want to get clean. So a sponge is actually a good multi-purpose tool because you can use it while you're washing the dishes, then you can go wipe the counter pretty quickly afterwards. One thing you want to be careful of, though, is letting the sponge go too long without replacing it. And this is what happens. Basically, there will start to be some buildup and dirt on the scruffy side. And sometimes it starts to smell a little bit. That's when you know you need a new sponge.